Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Spiritual Dowsy. I'm Dowsy LeMay. I hope you guys are doing okay. I want to say thanks to all my subscribers, all you beautiful souls out there that have been following me, subscribing, liking my videos, and commenting. I so appreciate the love and support as I continue here on my own spiritual path. Also, for anybody who's new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that these videos are helpful for you. And I hope that they're used for your highest good as you go along on your own specific spiritual and healing path. So today I want to talk a little bit about a current now moment and how death and birth are an integral part of our process as we go along. So before I go any further, understand that these are my truths. These are my experiences that have guided me down my own spiritual and healing path. They don't have to be yours. So use your own discernment, take what resonates with you, and leave the rest. So I'm doing a lot of videos now outside just because it's nice out, you know, and hopefully the change of scenery is a welcome change for you guys. So let's talk about this death and birth part of our process and why it's so inherent to the things that we're doing. Yet our linear beliefs, our linear thinking on this makes it seem like it's not, like death isn't natural, but it really is extremely natural and extremely important or integral to the spiritual path that we exist on, all right? Death, let's start with death, all right? So death is inherent to the change into our life. Death is representative of completion, right? A completion on some level. It is the completion for us here, at least, on the physical existence, on the physical incarnated plane. Death is basically leaving this dimension, if you will. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means, much like everything else in this world, which has a cycle to it, you have, you know, just like the seasons, right? You start with spring and the birthing of things, and summer, and then fall as things start to die, and then winter, which is the typically metaphorically representative of death, right? You have ebb and flow, and so life exists with some level of death and birth, right? And so with death itself, I want to talk about this because we are going to see so much of it as we move forward in our current now moments. We are going to see so much more, I would say, reality experience around the identity of death. And this is happening on many different levels. One level happens to be something on the lines of the internal level, the individual internal level of death, right? We are, in essence, a lot of us are moving through what I would say the dark night of the soul, which is also synonymous with the identity of an ego death, right? That which you have known to define you as who you are, those things, those beliefs, those paradigms that have been projected onto you, you are going through the process right now to understand that. You are understanding these projections that you've held onto that has defined and created the ego that is you. We are essentially having a bit of an ego death. A lot of us are seeing that aspect of us coming to a closure. Closure is a nicer term than maybe using death, but I would say, you know, you're seeing something of an ego death. You're seeing a closure of that aspect to you, which is now bringing about your alignment with your higher self, right? You're no longer allowing your ego, that which is separate from source, to be the driving force of how you maneuver through your day. You're seeing yourself align with that aspect to you that has always been there, that has always been connected to source, in alignment with your higher self to guide you further into the new way of being of who you are, a new way of being of humanity as well as a collective, and a new way of being on this planet, right? You're seeing deaths of your old patterns, deaths of old energetic behaviors, etc., old traumas, old energy. Those deaths, those patterns are coming to a closure, and you are moving into something in alignment with your higher self in alignment with higher level of thinking, higher level of beliefs, higher level of feelings, a higher level of consciousness. And to have that happen, you have an internal death of many different things, right? You're going to see also play out on the eternal level because you're shifting the energy around, because you're seeing the old stuff die, or old energetic patterns die. You're also going to see a major change in the external world of your own individual reality. You're going to see relationships come to a close. You're going to start seeing, those relationships basically come into a death. You're going to see, old energetic connections coming to a close. You're going to see ways of that you have gone about your world start to come to a close. You're going to start to see things about you that you no longer want to fit with, the things that you do for work, your hobbies, your desires, your wants, all these things, because of the ebb and flow of life and because of the energies that are coming in, which I'll talk about. You are being presented with a different way of being that is bringing the old way of who you are, this unconscious way of being human, to a closure. And that is causing a major upheaval inside you as things are coming to a closure or a death like of experience, and you're birthing something new, right? So as you go through this potential, I would say, internal change as well, you're going to see a lot on the external side of things are going to change as well. These are the social construct, because as you remember, many of the things I talk about is because you are the creator creating your reality with the energetic beliefs that you're holding on to, and that the law of attraction in the universe brings those experiences to you. You cannot exist within the same, I would say, level of patterning in your life and have that existing in the external world when eternally you are changing things around. So the external world must change with your thoughts, beliefs, etc., right? So on the external world, and the reason why I bring in this up is because I have been working in the financial world for 15 plus years, and most of that time has been dealing with helping clients transition their personal financial lives through certain events. And most of my clients could be basically defined or I would say described as demographic-wise on an older level. Now, it could be biased because I work with older folks, but more so than now, I'm seeing a lot more people dying, a lot more people having spouses die, or a lot of death-like experiences occurring for many, many, many people. I think the external world, as much as my experience in my own microcosm of my own world, we are going to see a lot more deaths play out. We are going to see so much more of humanity as we are moving through the trajectory of higher level thinking, higher level feelings and beliefs, and just way of being. As well as the quantum leap in consciousness that we're going through, we're going to see energy rise, and those who are not energetically frequency and vibrational match to that energy are going to transition via death. It's not to say that's a bad thing or a good thing. What it is just, it is for what it is. It's just those who have chosen to experience something from a soul level have most likely achieved that experience through the whatever incarnated being that is passing. But in the addition is that the physical vessel which that person holds on to as the energy, which is a much higher energy. We're talking a consciousness that is so intense and so much higher, and just changing basically the substance of every living aspect on this planet, is causing those who are holding on to the old paradigm, those who are holding on to deep, traumatic type of dense energies, can no longer keep up with it, and that is going to cause many of the creators to succumb to their own physical inability to keep up, right? So it's thrust upon a lot of us, not to say we don't have a choice. The soul itself has some type of choice and experience, but individually, many of us will not be making that choice to be conscious about ourselves. And the likelihood is through that process, through the creation of that energy and through the intensity and higher energy that is coming in, it will be kind of like I would say, a major energetic emphasis to push those who are not in alignment out of the way. And I don't want to be harsh about it, but that to me is how I feel this energy is going to be. It's going to be like a great purge of energy that's going to be removed from this planet as these higher energies of light and consciousness washes over us. I mean, we are being saturated on a daily basis from this energy, and that will likely cause many, many people to transition. Okay. As well as those deaths that we're going to see, be mindful as going through that potential path to take the opportunity to hold those in those paths, in those co-created moments with some level of love and compassion. Love and compassion for the identity that the divine soul has chosen this particular experience for themselves, and that you see the divinity in that creation and love them for whatever it is that they're co-creating in their reality. Okay? But on top of just seeing other people dying and the deaths of individuals, especially most of those happen to be very old, or think about this COVID virus, right? This virus is affecting majority of those who are elderly, right? Those who are elderly are the ones who are mostly ingrained with the density of the old energy, right? Those who have been recovering are usually younger, are not so tied to the energetics associated with the old energy. So you're seeing that level play out. The old energetics of those who have been around the longest, who are deeply built in saturated in that old energetic field, are having the hardest time adjusting to this new energy. Okay. On top of those deaths of individuals, the likelihood is that we are going to see old energetic structures start to fall as well. The deaths of our way of being, the deaths of our old structures. You're going to see what you have known as the dysfunctional normal of our reality are likely going to fall and fade away and shift. It is needing to be because it is going through a death process, right? We're having a rise of something and then we have a death of something. And this is likely going to be a death of this energetic hierarchy, competitive, male dominant, etc. type of society. One that is deeply rooted in keeping you unconscious and subdued and not in your power. So I expect as we move along that you're going to see a lot more things change. The financial world's going to change. We're seeing the healthcare system starting to change. We're seeing a lot of different things play out, and that is basically through the death scenario of that energy that is being brought about. So, and all of that really is being pushed by the energy that is coming about this planet. A lot of the stuff is not energy, frequency specific, matched to what is coming, and that which does not want to shift with it is going to fall to the wayside, and we're going to see a lot of deaths associated with that. A metaphorical death, an actual death, an internal death, etc. And so I just want to make you aware of that through change, through transition, death is an inherent part of this. And so you can't have all this good stuff expected without seeing some level of death associated with what we're going through. We are doing something that I believe has not really been done ever before, which is moving from one dimension of consciousness to another level of consciousness inside an incarnated body. I think a lot of times what we do in most cases is that, we are accumulation of all the knowledge and DNA and experiences of all of our ancestors and going forward. And the easiest way to transition and move that through is dying and incarnating into a new body. We're trying to do this process while incarnated in a physical vessel. We're trying to jump into I would say, another level or dimension, another way of being, another sense of being a human as we are alive, incarnated in the physical vessel. And I don't think that has really ever been done. That is a very profound and impactful way of doing it, and it's going to cause us to have a lot of pain and suffering. So think about the term I would say I want to bring up is, a lot of people will say this is like the end times, right? These are apocalyptic times. And defined by the Bible, which is what? Disasters, catalysms, catastrophes, deaths, plagues, etc. That in itself is kind of like describing what humanity is going through, because humanity, it's human nature to like wait till the very end for us to change, wait till the very last minute for humanity and individuals to change their ways and to change the comfort of what they have known. And because we've gone so extreme to that level, it's going to take an extreme amount of pain and suffering to get us back to where we should be, which is more around the unity, heart space, etc. So expect that as we move through this, that this apocalyptic term, we are going to experience that kind of sense. But I want to also bring light to this, because apocalypse, as defined by the Bible, biblical terms, and the end days, is not necessarily what I want to focus on. In the Greek sense, I think the word apocalypse comes from ancient Greece, would be that the meaning of that word is an unveiling, a revelation, right? What are we going through right now in our particular life experience in the now moment? We are having a deep unveiling, a deep revelation individually as humanity, understanding who we are. We are understanding ourselves. We are becoming conscious of the unconscious things that we have allowed to run rampant because we did not know who we were. Now we are becoming aware of who we are. We are becoming aware of the things that we are holding on to, how traumas and how energy and all these other things are playing out, and what does not serve us, we are getting rid of, right? We are putting that stuff that no longer fits with us to death internally, and then that on the external has to be reflected via the law of attraction, via us co-creating our experience together, are seeing a lot of this stuff fall to the wayside and dying, right? So that which is hidden from us is being brought to the forefront, is being brought to light, and this apocalypse, if you will, is nothing more but an inner revelation of what we are, about reclaiming our power, about doing all these things as we move into the heart space. And to have that happen, we need to have a shift, which seems very chaotic, but death is going to be a major part of that. So I'm just bringing this up so that you can understand that death is going to be prevalent. It's going to be showing up in many different aspects of your life as we move forward. And there's no doubt that we're going to see more and more people passing away. You know, there is more people are going to be passing from viruses, from their own ailments, from etc., all because their soul has destined to exit at this point, but also they're not an energetic match or frequency to that. That doesn't mean they don't have a choice. It just means those who don't make that choice are likely going to succumb to that particular energetic mismatch, if you will. So that brings up this concept, you know, if you think about somatics, right? I don't know if you guys have ever heard about somatics. Somatics is basically showing you for what sound and the vibration of sound does to sand, or how use sand and sound, and it creates geometric patterns, right? So at certain frequencies, if you play a certain sound frequency at a certain vibration, a standing vibration wave here, you would get a pattern out of that sound, and that sand would create a pattern, whether it be the flower of life or whether it be something. A pattern is generated from that sound. What happens when you change the somatics? You change the frequency or the vibration of that sound. The sand goes completely chaotic. It becomes chaos. Sand goes everywhere, right? You see sand shooting in all many different directions as the frequency starts to change. And as the vibration finally settles in, as the frequency starts to set in, the sand starts to reorganize into a new pattern. That is such a great metaphor. That is exactly, specifically, energetically speaking, what is happening to us on a microcosm, and what is happening to the consciousness of this planet, as well as the collective humanity as a microcosm. It is also happening on the solar system, in the universe, etc. That's exactly what is happening to us. We are shifting our vibration, and that which is the sand that has made the geometric pattern on the platform is chaotically shifting around to rearrange itself to become in alignment with the new frequency or the new energy and the new consciousness that is coming about onto this planet, right? So the next aspect to what I want to talk about is the birth aspect to this, right? The birthing of what I would call the new you, right? Think about what is actually happening. You right now, all of us at some level are impregnated with new energy. You are impregnated with this brand new energy, and right now, through the germination of that energy, the germination of the seed of energy within you is shifting things around. Your body, your energetic, your emotional, your whole energetic field is shifting around to make room for the new you, the new energy that you are going to be existing in, right? So you're having this shift in old death energy, the death of all these old stuff, and then you are really basically in labor with this new, you were pregnant with this new energy. And right now we are going through, I would say, a very, very painful labor process. We are going through an extreme labor process of which a new way of being is being presented. We are birthing the new you. We are birthing the new version of humanity. We are birthing the new energetics that are being brought to this planet. What happens to you when you get pregnant, right? Now, my wife is, we've had children, so I understand it from one level, but from a male standpoint, I only can sympathize with some of that. But you know what I can tell you is that your body shifts, your hormone shifts, your organs shift, everything starts to shift, right? Your life right now is akin to that. You are shifting things around. You're shifting things around to make way for the new you that is being birthed out of you, right? So think about your life. We got a little yellow jacket. Out of the way, please. You think about the new you, and what is happening with the new you is that, away please, what you're thinking about with you being birthing the new you, what is happening to you, right? What ways are you shifting around in your life? Are you desiring a new job? Are you desiring new friends? Are you feeling like things aren't the way that they should be? You're desiring a new ability, a new way of being? Are you looking for more joy? Or do you want your body to be something different? Are you looking for more connection in your life and love and peace and happiness, right? This is what is being called for through this new energetic through you, right? Your new higher self is aligning with you. You are aligning with your higher self. And therefore, all the new energetics is matching up and you are desiring a new way of being. That could be a shifting of many different things. Physically speaking, you may feel pains and aches and just feeling sore and tired, etc. Just like someone who is pregnant. You are going through, basically, metaphorically, the same experience, birthing new energy out of you, and you are birthing something so profound, something so powerful, and something so new for you individually, but for all of us as creators as we try to move into a new earth, right? Even Mother Earth is birthing into something new. So don't take that lightly. Understand that we are going through a major transition of which birthing a new person, birthing a new planet, birthing a new society, a new human consciousness is coming about. And it's going to be extremely painful and hard because we have gone so far in one direction that for us to be corrected and to move into a new way of being takes extreme measures. It takes extreme level of shifting for us to get to the point where we need to be and to see the old stuff fall away and to become something new, right? So prepare yourself for this change. You know, it's going to happen. It already has happened energetically. The energetics about the old stuff dying and the new stuff coming up, that has already happened energetically. What we are experiencing now is the physical lagging symptoms of that energetic shift, right? Because the energy always comes first. So the physical aspect of this is shifting. And I want to tell you, as this is happening, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. To get your needs met. You know, as a pregnant person would be, take care of yourself. Don't overdo things. Take time for yourself. Look at yourself. Give yourself self-love. Honor and love the things that you have shifted around for yourself. Give yourself love and honor the things that you are birthing out of yourself, because this is no easy transition. We are going through basically the labor process now, and I would say for many of you, depending on how hard that's going to be, It depends on your attachment and how little work you've done on yourself. For those who've done a lot of work, removed a lot of attachments associated with the old, are going to have an easier birthing process. So if you guys have any questions, I hope that rambling was, made sense. But if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. Subscribe to me on YouTube here. Follow me, like me on my Instagram or my Facebook @spiritualdowsy, or reach out to me on my @spiritualdowsy@gmail.com. And I will say goodbye for now, but I love you. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.